Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to Master Plan Tycoon mini-series here. Just working on random maps and just trying to get going here. So last time we got through the steel mission. I try to keep these to 30 to 45 minutes, so we'll see how far we go here, and let's jump in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start working on windows. So we need a sand mine, we need glass makers, and we need a lumber camp, which we already have. So I'm not too worried about that. We're just you need the sand mine by water. So I'm going to go ahead and put some storage in there. And we already have a lumber camp, and then we're going to need window makers, so we're going to need some steel beams. So go ahead and speed things up a bit so that we have things going. There we go. We got sand, and then we're going to go ahead and pop another storage location in here. And that will get us through to that. And again, we've just got a few things. I don't think we have started anything on the islands. No, we have not. So it's been a bit since I've been poking around here, so just want to make sure we're in good shape. But at this point then, because we need, steak, milk can, milk vats, let's see, what am I missing? Yeah, I guess we don't have any steak going on or anything. So let's start working on some of that stuff, because I don't think I finished all that up. So yeah, to do windows, we kind of need all these things ahead of time. So as a reminder, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put the cow farm there, and then we're going to need a steakhouse somewhere, so we're just going to put that there. Because basically I continue to try to efficiently use the productions. So we're getting a little faster with the rain because of the wool, but we'll get cow and milk coming in there. What are we missing? Sausages. Pretty sure I had all of that stuff built, but maybe all we did was get to the steel. But the steel beams, oh, that's right, I have it all built on the steel island. And that doesn't help me much, so yeah, we're at the point where what you need to do, because on your steel mission, that's not all of that stuff will come back. So what I was looking at here is all I can get out of the steel mission is coal, steel, and steel beams. So I'm still doing that, and that may change in the future where I'm not really worried about it. But that means in the meantime, I need to get all this stuff going. And yes, I do not believe I have a pig. Excuse me. I do not believe I have a pig farm anywhere. So go ahead, we're going to try that. We'll see how that all plays out. Alright, I might actually want to place that somewhere else here so that I can So yeah, I might actually build it over here and then just get another storage over there. So we've got plenty of planks and things moving along, and so the benefit this gives is just, we can go pretty quickly, and then, that'll get pigs going, and then what we'll start to see is that, we're in good shape there. All right, so, and then we're going to need a butchery. So we'll just start building up. And do I not have any moonshine yet? I have a brewery, but yeah, none of that second level stuff is going. So we have a sugar cane and a potato farm, but what we don't have is, I believe, the moonshine factory. And if we do, because again, I haven't touched this in a bit, so it puts me a little behind the 8 ball, but no, we do not. And so, now we're getting some pigs stored up, and then we're going to see that. We're going to get some sausages. We're going to get potato, sugarcane, moonshine. So all that'll start going, and then overalls, cotton, sheep. I know I've got sheep. I don't think I have any cotton yet. Question is, do I want to put it there? Maybe I'll put it here. And we'll just run it into the storage. The nice thing is all the storages are connected. If you've just kind of jumped in the middle of the series here, I encourage you to go back, because my goal isn't necessarily do everything in between. Let's get the cows here. Well, we'll get this connected, but we can't get any cows because we don't have all the other stuff yet. But the cotton plantation, again, very different color, so we can see that we don't have that going on yet. But we'll get that going for a little bit. And then we need the cotton mill and the felt workshop. So we're going to do the felt workshop first because we do have sheep. So if we look here, we've got wool. So that's what we need. So again, this will dump a lot of wool quickly, and then we'll get felt. So it'll basically fill that up as fast as it can. The path's always going to be running. And so, again, we just need bread, beer, and clothes. So we're always trying to keep things moving. So right now, cornmeal potentially in danger. But the issue is we also have things that are just kind of starting up. So yeah, if I go back, the window maker, I needed more steel beams and so forth. But I need all this other stuff too. So let's just kind of keep going in order. We've got the steel beams coming from the other location because I can't get any iron here because I don't have an iron mine. Alright, so it's the overalls that we're going to need, and that's what we're in the process of building, and then things will start going. So at this point we can probably toss in the cotton mill. And can't fit the fur factory up there, so we'll do that. And then again, we should have plenty of cotton. That's going to create, as you can see, calico. But you can see like it's filling up on the wool, and until things really go a bit crazy, we're not going to have anything happening. And so we take calico and felt, and then we are going to get overalls out of them. And then once we have overalls, what we're going to start to see is the cow farm is going to start operating. It's going to create cows and milk, and then we're going to basically start up this chain here where we start getting steak and leather. So there we go. Got our little cow dots that it's starting to build up. And so you get cows, then you get milk. Now it's going to create some more cows. And so these more complex productions are things, you know, that you've got to look at. And you can turn off, for example, growing and production and so forth, and let it do something different. Again, this is running quicker. We're getting a 20-second boost because rain helps, I guess, with production. And now that's gone back down where now it's going to take 40 seconds again. And we're moving along. And so here, similar, you know, where it's going to likely take a long time for the cows to catch up. But, you know, we get 2 steaks for every cow, 2 leather for every cow. So right now it's just, you know, and it's transferring all that to the warehouse. So, you know, felt is increasing, cotton going down, but that's partially just because, you know, of the production situation. Let's make sure our bread, all right, bread and beer, I just want to make sure we don't get below, because right now I think, no, we're not backed up. I thought we were, because the grain was full, but it doesn't look like that's the case. So you can see, you know, the grain's coming in, but it is getting consumed. So I may need more farms. So I might do this, move it out, and then put another farm in here. Looks like that'll give us 100%. But I want to just make sure I don't start running short of grain. And you know, you want to try to not overlap so that they can all have that 100% that we see, because obviously that's going to be the best production we can get. So, you know, it's growing, and then alright, so we've got a little bit, that's 94, there we go. So if I do that, I get 100%. So basically I'm kind of starting over because I moved away, but so you're always looking at that trade-off. So let's just make sure. So grain is good. The meal is here. Right, so it is full. I'm half tempted. I don't know that I really need another grain mill, so maybe we wait. But we probably do need another bakery. So I'm going to go ahead, expand my production chain here, get another bakery going. And this is something, again, my first playthrough, I didn't really appreciate as much. Move that back a bit, and hopefully I'll be able to. No, I still can't connect in, so I may be at the limit of what I can do here. But we'll get that. We'll get bread. And then that question mark should go away because things are going. And here we're likely... Are we really out of water? No. Not enough maintenance resources for production. Okay. So it looks like we might want to get some extra wells built. So let's go here to water. And we'll start putting them down here. We'll get a few of these. It's a long way, but it's all right. But again, we want to stay ahead of things so that they're not running short. And again, now, you know, that we're getting water coming in, it depends what else is backed up based on that. So, but, you know, we've got a lot of water coming in Did I really just have that one well? I may have. So I may be playing a bit of catch up here. But there we go. So now that one's good. The brewery, I assume, should be getting enough water soon. There we go. Now it's running. So it needs water to produce and it needs water for maintenance. And so I basically probably was right at that tipping point. But now adding 3 wells should be pretty good. I've got that little pillar created and sitting down there. I really tend not to use them. I found they're more difficult than they're helpful. Alright, so again, with the rain just there, this should do a lot of good stuff, getting grain out really, really fast. So, okay, our grain is up, our meal is down. Obviously, our bread had run low because of things not running. Yeah, the reds here are because we're overburdened. Oh, I do need to get the leather out, otherwise it will take the time to produce leather, but then you basically lose it. So I've lost some production because I missed that in getting distracted into something else. Because otherwise it'll stop producing, but if it doesn't know, what to do, it obviously will not. So I'm just worried a little bit about the meal, but I think we're good. All right, bread is as green as we can. We've got three updates there. So now again, this rain is slowing down some of my factories, but it's speeding up other things. It is dissipating, so that is good because obviously there we go. Now everything is running without a problem. Looks like we're creating plenty of beer, which is interesting. It looks like we're creating extra, but yet it is a maintenance item, so it is being consumed. Clothes are going up. Moonshine is going down, which is also interesting. I should be okay there. And then how are we doing? All right, cows are obviously being consumed because we're doing steak and leather. So that will catch up there, but then what we're able to do, we have that. Now we need to work on the milk cans. So we know we have the cow factory, but we don't have the can factory. So let's go back to where I was building the production. Okay, what's going on with my overalls? Oh, it's probably, might have been the beer. Yeah, so I do need more beer. I probably need to get another production site going somewhere. Let's see. I think I was planning on doing a little bit of that here. But I don't have a lot of, okay, so I'm going to recycle that because I don't need that. And then I think we're going to go ahead and put one in here. And if I have to take away some of the woods or something, I will. But we're going to go back here to the beer. We're going to build a brewery. We'll put that in the center. And then that will give us the ability to make some more beer and hopefully keep up on the maintenance needs. So, yeah, a lot less forward movement on this episode and just kind of that shoring up the supply chain. So I'm thinking clothes are going to be next. So we're going to go ahead and get a second sewing workshop going. Because, yeah, we're pretty light on those. So I think that's going to be our next point. Again, the grain is dropping right now because we had some more demand. But, once beer gets shored up and so forth, that will slow down. So just want to make sure my sewing workshop is fully operational. It's just busy. Okay, so something's going on. Not enough resources, so maybe I want more cows so that we are... We'll see, there's a bit of an overlap there. But if I have this be my ranch space, basically, I don't know that we're going to maintain the full 100% once these get built. 100 appears we are, so maybe we'll be all right. But the thing is, we're probably storing up a good amount of milk here. Not a ton, I guess. We're only at 42 because we haven't gotten to any of the milk production yet. All right, so... All right, now we seem to be sucking up water again, so I might need to add some water. Okay, yeah, this just isn't running because, all right, so the good news is, I suppose, maybe what I'll do is I'll put the sand mine in there and we'll do some additional water. Maybe do another fishery just to make sure we're good. And go back to water because that just takes some time. All right. Stone we're going down a bit on. I find that hard to believe because I did put in a lot of quarries, so until I really see that being a problem, I'm going to leave that alone. Good news is now the cows are increasing, and yes, we're ultimately going to need more steakhouses. This whole supply chain from the cows just eats you up. It eats you up really, really fast. So now I'm trying to remember, where was I putting the new... Oh, that's right, down here. I'm like, where was I putting the new supply chain? Although this isn't the greatest place now that I think about it, because I can't really go down because this stone is going to be in the way. But it'll work. I can always reposition things later. So now we're going to take some steel, make some cans. So that should mean that we're going to have steel coming in from here. So we do have coal coming in. Steel beams. Let me go look at that mission. Let me just make sure that I do have steel. Yeah, it is being produced. Not enough resources. So the question is, am I running out of stuff here? So let me take a look. We're in pretty good shape, but yeah, we're not making a lot of steel. So what am I short of? Coal. Okay. Because I'm sending coal over to the other location, but so I need a few more coal mines if I can. And this ends up being kind of what you're checking. All right, what am I... Where's the coal mine? I forget now. Steel beams. All right, because I can do the kiln, but obviously if I can... I think I tried this and then I can't get the right angle to get coal out of here is the problem. Yeah. All right. Where are my resources? I don't have a lot of resources here. This is kind of my full space. Alright, why? Oh, it's actually probably okay. It's just not set there, but that'll give us a little bit more coal. Yeah, so I might want to build... Wow. This is just kind of a terrible vein here, because I can't really put it there. But if I put it anywhere else, like I can't get the production point out. And down here, I'm only getting like 40%. Goodness gracious. Well, let me put it there and see. And then we'll get a storage location there. But I'm not sure I can really extract any more coal. It's just really a terrible spot for that vein. Wow. So that's 70, that's 60. Goodness gracious, this is horrendous. Okay, because I can't be touching it. But 50%, I mean, it's all the coal I can get. But the issue becomes, like, otherwise, because I probably have a ton of coal here. But we are using it. So, I'm trying to remember. So I must... Do I have a steel production, or maybe not? Alright, because what I was looking at is the coal is going down, so something is consuming it, but I'm not recalling what else might use coal right now. So, because I don't have... Oh, okay, the can factory is using coal. Alright. Like, I'm not making any steel here. So I'm bringing all the steel in from there. So steel just came over. But yeah, at this point we're doing okay on that. But, you know, if we zoom out here, the challenge ends up being, you know, there's no coal here in this land. So all of my coal has to come from the other location. All right, so let's go back. So now we've got the can factory. And we're going to get the milk farm. Again, we can grow trees, so I'm not really worried about taking this away, because the lumber mills, for example, will do that. I'm not worried about that kind of stuff. So I'm going to take a milk in a can. We're going to ultimately get a milk can, and that once again gets us to the point where we'll fill that. So I think what we'll do is we'll try to get the last piece here done. So we need a tannery and a leather workshop. Alright, maybe we'll just build them up here. And we'll just have kind of everything set together. And we might need more steakhouses already. I'm not sure. But your issue is, see, now you're going to get leather, and that's going to turn out tanned leather, and then the tanned leather goes in and creates a vest. And then that gets us to the point where we're finally able to really start producing what I connected right at the beginning, because I was like, oh yeah, let's start working on Windows. But I needed to build all that infrastructure here first. So now we've got the one milk can. We'll shortly have the one vest, and then we'll start seeing sand come out. We've still got 32 beams, but again, we haven't got anything going for Windows yet. So if I go here, I need a glass. We've got, oh, I'm sorry, I've already got a glass maker. I need a window maker. I probably need to move that a bit. But there we go. Sand is coming in. glass is coming out, so we're generating some glass here already. So now things are looking up a bit. I'm going to obviously want to check before I shut down that I'm in good shape. So there we go, glass and trees that ultimately then make some windows. And stake, milk cans, and vests are needed to keep the window maker running. And we're going to get 2 windows out for every production run. So here we go. So our goal is to get some window production moving. And then I think we'll start to think about what comes next and go from there. But let's just take a quick peek. Steel beams, again, probably all right. I just used a lot of them to begin with. But yeah, stones, trees, everything's going up. That makes sense. Cows and cans are getting consumed. But there you go, that's stabilized. Now cows are going up, vests are going up. And then we'll start seeing things go from there. Alright, so then what happens is we unlock tier 4 and we start getting a whole slew of other things we need to look at. Again, we may do some of this on the island. We may do some of these in other places. We'll just have to take a look at what we need. But that is for next time. And the other thing that's for next time, we got some additional research where we can speed up our farm and plantation speed, but we need red peppers and beef to be able to do that. So we're probably going to be limited, maybe in some cases, of what we can do, and whether that's going to get created on this level or another mission or not remains to be seen. So not a huge amount of progress, I mean, but we did a ton of building and just, again, shoring things up. And the goal is let's make sure we don't have anything heading really negative, and we do not. So I am going to go ahead and call it for this episode, and we'll just zoom out so you get a nice view of where things sit. But, you know, we're just going to keep having kind of production chain spots. You know, we've certainly got room to expand here and there. We've got other missions and things we're going to have to get to eventually. But we've got a little ways to go. Well, quite a ways to go. We're obviously just starting out here. But as I've said, you know, it's a mini-series to get you through it once so that you can kind of see how everything works together. And you can, you know, pick this up and enjoy it on your own if you want. And then you have a reference. So, hope you've enjoyed this. If you haven't dropped a like, please consider that. If you are not a subscriber to the channel yet, please consider that as well. Both of those things are greatly appreciated and important to a channel like myself. And I will see you next time.